Fair one, I get mine the fast way, ski mask way, and nigga ransom notes, far from handsome, but damn a nigga tote.
Good afternoon once again, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Lewis Basketball, Football, Baseball, Boxing, Wrestling Network News. It is your boy Lewis, and I am back with another one, man. And I'm just gonna get cut right to the chase. The Los Angeles Dodgers. I'm in a state of shock, folks. I really don't know what to say. This team won 106 games, the best record in the National League, second best record in baseball behind the Houston Astros with 107 wins. And in a stunner, the Washington Nationals, who had not won a division series in their existence since becoming the Washington Nationals, coming from the Montreal Expos in 2005, have won their first playoff series as the Washington Nationals, defeating the Dodgers 7-3 in 10 innings. Ladies and gentlemen, Buehler pitched 6 beautiful innings. No, I believe it was 6 or 7 innings, one of the two. But I know he pitched great. He only allowed 1 run. The ghosts of October are haunting the Dodgers. Because, ladies and gentlemen, Clayton Kershaw comes in, and we have already known about his playoff history in terms of his success. He has not been great in the postseason. And for some reason, in big games, he does not live up to expectations when it comes most, at least for the most part. He comes in and he allows back-to-back home runs to Anthony Rendon and Juan Soto. I saw the game last night. The Dodgers looked like they were going to surely for a win. And Bill Plaschke was saying it on Around the Horn. He was basically saying it. Around the Horn. That, don't worry, I'll come back Friday, and it'll be for sure that the Dodgers are going to win the game, and people need to relax. This team won 106 games, and they're out in the division series. A very talented team in the Dodgers, deep team, and they're out in the first round. And this is after making 2 straight World Series, and they just won their 7th division title, 7th straight division title. One of the teams that were predicted to go to the World Series, and as the best team to come out of the National League. And now, my question is now, where do the Dodgers go from here? Where do they go from here? Because in 2017, they won over 100 games as well. If I'm not mistaken, I believe they won 105 games or was it 103? Something like that, or 104, something like that. And they lost in 7 games to the Houston Astros, but that was a great series. They could have won that series. 2018, they got mollywopped by the Red Sox in 5. But this time, they don't even make it. They lost in a tight 5-game division series to the Washington Nationals. And congratulations to the Washington Nationals, man. They deserved it. They played their asses off, and they deserve to be in the National League Championship Series. Clayton Kershaw took the loss hard, and a lot of fans are turning on him due to the loss. Back-to-back home runs, and then in the 10th inning, I think it was the 10th or the 11th inning, but Howie Kendrick hit a grand slam off of Joe Kelly, who was pitching for the first time in terms of pitching multiple innings for the first time since August 24th. He also had an injury. And like I said, if I get some of this information wrong, one of you guys can correct me. But this is really bad. This puts a stain on the Dodgers. Nothing is guaranteed in baseball, but the Dodgers really should have tried to take care of business with the Nationals. And now they're sitting home. And now, the fact that Clayton Kershaw doesn't know what's the reason behind his postseason failures, he doesn't really know. And I know he's had some injuries and stuff like that, but now it's starting obviously with a pitcher like that, you have to try to lock him up and make sure that he get a big contract. But it's it's always those things where you kind of second guess now because of what he hasn't been able to do when it has mattered, when the games have mattered most. And he came in relief. And remember, he was the Game 2 starter that lost in Game 2. And as great of a pitcher as Clayton Kershaw is, the only thing they're going to be remembering him as, he's this once-in-a-generational left-hander who only performs well in the regular season. And in the postseason, he just, for some reason, disappears in big games. So my question is now, and then you have the questionable decisions by Dave Roberts, the manager. It's like, now where do the Dodgers go from here? We don't know. But much respect to the Nationals, and give them a lot of credit, man. You guys deserve to be in the National League Championship Series. I don't know what to say about the Dodgers. I'm shocked. I had them winning this game. And the way they lost that game is just... the air was let out of Dodger Stadium after that loss. And now you have people going against Clayton Kershaw. So I don't know what to say about that. It's unfortunate, but it is what it is. And also, ladies and gentlemen, yesterday, the St. Louis Cardinals defeat the Atlanta Braves 13-1. You're probably saying to yourself, the Cardinals just pounded the Atlanta Braves throughout the game. The Atlanta Braves lost the game in the first inning, ladies and gentlemen, because of their pitching. And it's kind of what doomed the Dodgers, their bullpen. The Dodgers bullpen doomed them in Game 5. The pitching, period, doomed the Atlanta Braves. And it started with their starter. Their starter allowed, I believe, 3 or 4 runs in the first inning. But the Cardinals set a major league record, scoring 10 runs in the first inning in an MLB playoff game. The game was over after the top of the first inning. The Braves were never a threat the entire game. The Cardinals scored 3 more runs the entire game. So yeah, you could say, man, it just sucks that they lost 3-1 at home with them being the favorites and them having home field advantage. But the most terrible part was the air was sucked right out of the field in Atlanta with them scoring 10 runs in the first inning. And the game was over after that. It was game, set, match in the top of the first inning. That to me was probably more shocking. Not that if they would have just only scored the 3 runs instead of the 10, if it wasn't for that first inning and they only scored 3, then yeah, as tough of a loss as it is, because anyway it hurts, but that's demoralizing, folks. When you were never even in the game. And you were never in the game after the top of the first inning. The game ended at that point. So I don't even know how the Atlanta Braves are going to deal with this. And this is a very good team that won 97 games, ladies and gentlemen. That's what's so crazy. And then also the Nationals are they're trolling Bryce Harper for leaving them because they're going to be like, oh, look, it's so crazy. With Bryce Harper, we were never able to get out of the division series. But now that he's gone to Philadelphia, not only do the Phillies not make the playoffs, but we go on to the National League Championship Series. So this tells you that it's all Bryce Harper's fault. Dudes need to chill with that, man. They need to stop. Like, they need to chill. That I know you look to your stars, but you know. It's just those things are just like really shocking, and it's like we don't even know where to go from here. But once again, congratulations to the Cardinals and congratulations to the Dodgers. I mean, not to the Dodgers, to the Nationals. They will meet on Friday, Game 1 of the National League Championship Series. I'm looking forward to that one. And Bill Plaschke is going to have to eat crow. And also, my New York Yankees are patiently waiting for tonight's game between the Houston Astros and the Tampa Bay Rays, who are playing the decisive 5th game in Houston for the right to face the Yankees in the ALCS. If the Tampa Bay wins, Game 1 will be at Yankee Stadium. If the Houston Astros win, Game 1 will be in Houston because Houston had the best record in the league, in all of baseball. Here's what I think. The first 2 games told me that the Tampa Bay Rays were probably going to get swept. Maybe they would get lucky to get 1 and then lose in 4. But after the 2 wins that Tampa Bay was able to produce at home, the fact that they tattooed Greinke in Game 3 and tattooed Verlander in that first inning in Game 4 tells me that even though Jarrett Cole did a great job in Game 2, the fact that Verlander got rocked the way he did after only allowing 1 hit against them through 6 innings in Game 2, I got a funny feeling that the Rays are going to make adjustments and they're going to get to Jarrett Cole at some point. And if that's the case, because Jarrett Cole had a 20-5 record. In his last 22 starts, he went 16-0, struck out 226 batters in his last 22 starts on his way to a 20-5 record. If they get to Jarrett Cole early, in my opinion, the Yankees will be facing the Tampa Bay Rays in the ALCS. And think about this, how catastrophic this would be. 3 teams that won 100 games would be eliminated in the division series. That's astonishing, folks. This year, 4 teams won 100 games. Yankees, 103. Twins, 101. Dodgers, 106. Astros, 107. If the Houston Astros lose tonight, folks, the Houston Astros, 107. The Twins, 101. And the Dodgers, 106. 3 teams with 100-plus wins will have been eliminated in a division series. I think that would be the first time in Major League history, playoff history, that has ever happened. That is the history that we are facing. And the Yankees are the only 100-win team left in the postseason if Houston were to lose tonight. So for Houston's sakes, Jarrett Cole better pitch the game of his life, because if not, it's going to be crazy to think what's going to happen. And sometimes it just lets you know, ladies and gentlemen, it's not always about record. It's about who's playing the best at this time of year. It's not how you start, it's how you finish. The hottest team and best team always wins. And it just goes to show you that's just the magical game that we love, that we call baseball. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, it's your boy Lewis with another one. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. As always, live, laugh, love. Thank you for watching. For the MLB postseason, man, let's hit them with this banger to let them know how lit the playoffs have been.
Bust the head straight and dreads, I'm everlasting. Like it's so on Pro Catch, a Tech 9, when I rhyme.